All right, everyone. Today is January 25th, and we're going to be doing a blitz session on Earnnest and how to collect the EMDs electronically and their virtual app. Today we have Aaron and Blaine with us, and I'll let them go ahead and start.
Hey, thank you so much, Haley. It's really good to be with you all, guys. I've been working with your organization and with agents like you for years now. This is actually one of the first accounts I was I was ever assigned when I had less gray in my mustache than I do now. But it's been a good relationship. We've really enjoyed these blitz sessions. We've gotten to know a lot of you, and we've gotten to see, probably most importantly, like we have across over 45 other states today, dozens and dozens of transactions from offices and organizations like yours, from realtors just like you, multiplied by thousands, and the network just keep growing and growing. So it's been exciting. Earnnest was started in 2017. We did our first transaction in late 2018. Since that time, and there are really three differentiators with Earnnest today, but since that time, that first differentiator being our security, we've moved 400,000 earnest money deposits. We've done that without a single instance of successful fraud perpetuated in our system. No one has been able to do anything. We are not a wire. We are not a check or a digital check capture. We are using the ACH network digitally, so that's part of the security aspect. And then we are harnessing that way of moving money to your platforms and to an award-winning phone app. And so what we did then is, with partners like dotloop, we made sure our payment request process was put right into your workflow. And that's part of what we're going to show today. Then the second thing we'll show very briefly is, as I mentioned, we've got an award-winning phone app too. We've actually got a full app suite, a desktop and a phone app, but we'll just show you briefly the basics of that, just in case you don't have access to dotloop for whatever reason. And the third thing we'll do is, we've got Aaron on here today as well. And Aaron is our Director of Client Success. And his specialty is making sure you understand that not only do we have a great piece of technology for you here, it's convenient, will save time, will save your buyer time. We also have the marketing resources to put in your hands so that when you're doing that buyer presentation, you are not having to explain the whole process to the client, and you're not having to answer 13 different security questions. We've got ready to go co-brandable PDFs with visuals to walk your client through the payment process, to answer their security questions, you name it, we've kind of got it ready for you. So we'll close with that, and then we'll open it up to questions. It's not a long training, but hopefully it is helpful for you guys as we cover these details. So you see on our site, Earnnest, how money moves. Again, there's three facets to who we are, guys. We are security. That's one thing that we've made our name in. Secondly, though, is we're also convenience, and we're going to show you how easy it is to generate these requests. And the third thing is, guys, we're going to be transparent with you. All of our transactions have stamped receipts with all the core transaction details provided to all the parties of the transaction automatically. So with that said, let's dive in. I'm going to pull up dotloop. First, though, I just want to show you, if you get done with this and you're like, I'm not going to watch a recording and that guy was a really boring speaker, you can always come back to our resources page. Each one of our partners, we built a partner page for, and it's a how-to video. You can join a live anytime webinar that's recorded, and you can fast forward, rewind. We've got resources linked, a little bit on the information on the partnership, and we've even, for those of you that are like me and still like to print stuff out, we've got a PDF walking you through how to make your first request. But I'm going to take a first pass at that today for you guys, so hang with me. Here we go. When you are in your individual loop, we are right here, guys. That send Earnnest request button, I think it stays there even if you're in the details. If you're filling out contract details, you could still access us from right there. Okay, and key point here, guys, these integrations are designed to be very secure, but also super efficient. So if you guys take the time and fill out the contract details here on the loop, the earnest money, property address, buyer first, last name, all that kind of standard stuff, all those things are going to automatically port over to the request that you're going to access via the integration. You don't have to do double entry, which is a good thing. So I click the integration. We introduce ourselves. In case you're wondering, people often ask me, what's this symbol? That is a quill. So like, you know, where your earnest money and you're signing the contract and you can trust us and all that good stuff. And you can. So built by agents for agents, click continue. Your very first time you're going to be asked to sign up for an account. It's simple. Your first and last name, your work email, and your phone number in case you ever need to be contacted by support for any reason. And I'll come back to that in a minute because we have a great in-house support team. But for the second time, when you come back, when your account's created, you just go ahead and put in your email. And notice the thing I said that you don't have to do. That's create a password. We are a passwordless system. That's for your security and your sanity, right? Y'all are probably remembering about 100 different passwords at this point. Earnnest, you don't need one. You'll put in your email, and we will send you, all right, a 6-digit code that will expire after 5 minutes. You grab it, sign in. It's that easy. So preparing the session, and then you should see a fully filled in, we call these property cards, but fully filled in property card with your buyer's information, contact info, the earnest money amount. All this is being pulled straight from the details section of your loop. All pulled in nice and neat. The only things you have to do here is select your escrow holder. And we have built into the system all your funding sources. Your escrow accounts are already set up for North Carolina and Virginia. And all your searchable offices are also available. So let me just show you what this is going to look like. So you can see here, there's a lot of options. So if you know, and you guys are going to know your specific office where it should be housed, you can very quickly drill down faster this way. And any part of that title is searchable. Type in town, pimento. Pimento makes me hungry, so I'll probably type in that, stick with that. But you can do whatever you want, guys, okay? All right. Then you're going to go ahead and fill in this box right here. The above listed escrow holder is the one on the purchase contract. Notice your notification receipts are another thing you don't have to touch. It's already locked in. Your buyer's going to get that receipt. You're going to get that receipt, and the back office, all right, is also going to get the receipt automatically with every transaction detail from the sending and receiving banks to the escrow account selected to the earnest money amount to even the transaction fee amount, which is $18 flat. Does not matter how much money is being paid for that earnest money, it's $18 flat. The final thing you have to do is just indicate you have a fully executed contract and request away. Now this is live, so don't panic, Haley and team. I'm not going to send you guys a fake $5,000 earnest money request. It's all good. But as soon as I were to click this, automatically your home buyer will get in their inbox an Earnnest branded request to pay earnest money. And they will go through a very simple process. I'm talking 3 to 4 minutes, where it's a Venmo-like experience where they will connect their bank and get their ID verified in real time. Okay? This is fast for them. You're talking this whole end-to-end process, guys, for you and your home buyer is about 4 to 5 minutes between your creating it and they're paying it. All right. Now we're going to get to questions at the end, so I'll keep moving here, but this is how simple this is. Now there is a complementary process you can use, and that is our phone app. Again, I'm not going to do a full walkthrough today because I believe from talking with Haley and talking with Tim, this is going to be way secondary to the dot loop method, okay? But you can, in a pinch, whip out the phone app and send a request. It is fully trackable. That's built into the app, so you can see each one of your requests as they progress. Keep in mind, you can still download the phone app, okay? Just if you want to look around and see what features are in there or use it as a way to contact our support team, that's all available. But when you do it, you'll want to use the same email address that you signed up with for .loop, because that will allow for the two to communicate. It'll treat it like one account, which underneath the hood it is. And just like with .loop, the phone app does not require a password. It's either Face ID or you type in your email each time and you get that 6-digit code. So that is there for you. We're going to drop the .loop resource page for you. We're going to drop the phone app resource page for you because there are how-to videos there and a lot of other features there as well. I'll pause there for just a minute to see if there are any questions before we transfer over to Aaron and he starts to talk through the marketing aspect of what we give y'all. Okay, I'm going to see if I can figure out how to stop sharing, Aaron, and turn this over to you, okay?
Sounds good. And I'm going to flip worlds as well. So here we go. Thank you, Blaine, for the introduction there. I definitely want to make sure, actually, we as a team at Earnnest want to make sure you feel comfortable with all the processes of Earnnest as well. So as you are working through sending out a request, as your buyer is walking through it, we want to make sure you have resources on hand to answer questions. It's not something you have to feel pressured to do. A lot of times the buyer is going to be coming to you, you're the professional, but we want to help you out. So when you're on our website, I did drop some of these links on the in the chat, so feel free to copy and paste that for your benefit. Save those in a place where you can easily access them. But on our website, we've dropped several resources that you can always come back to anytime you need to. So earnnest.com, if you needed to get to that phone app, you got the products tab here, you got the app. Those provide direct links to downloading that phone app on your phone for that added trackability once you've sent out that request through Loop. So feel free to do that. If you need that partners page, it is found right here on that Loop page. And as Blaine already mentioned, there is that Loop brochure available, and it'll, when you pull it up, it looks like this. It walks you through how to create that request, send it out to your buyer. So even after today, if you want to feel comfortable with this process, feel free to go to that page. At the very bottom, it says a flyer there. So feel free to download that. Keep this on hand. If you have any questions, at the bottom of the flyer is our support team. Feel free to reach out to them. They'd be glad to walk through that with you. If they can walk along, see where you're at in the process. They can see where you're, whether it got sent to your buyer or not, and confirm that for you. And once you do it that first time, typically an agent can jump right in the second, third time, no problem. Some other resources we want to share with you for your buyer are housed on our marketing page. So under the resource tab, we've got a built out FAQ section. And this is on purpose. We definitely want to make sure that anyone who's using our tool can come and find a place where they get their answers as well. So whether you're the agent like your home buyer, under the home buyer section, we have some great videos that a home buyer can watch to go through that payment process. So feel free to point them there if you need to. And of course, from the escrow holder side as well. But the place I'm going to go right now is this marketing toolkit. And I've dropped that as well, the resource pages there. You'll see that. You'll click on that and go to the marketing toolkit. Once you get into that page, this is what we've got for you. We've got the ability to drop in your email signature that you're doing digital payments. This is a great tool for you to keep in the tool belt. Tell your buyer, hey, when we're ready to collect those funds, we're keeping you the safest we possibly can and giving you the ease of not having to go anywhere. So that can really set the table essentially for when your buyer is ready to send their earnest money. If you need some social media posts, they're right here to download, drop in wherever you need to. So feel free to take those and run. But I'm going to go directly to these how-to guides. I think these are priceless. I have about 6 years of experience in real estate, and I would say that these are things you need to have on hand at all times. The first piece is going to be this home buyer security guide. And as Blaine already mentioned, we have a lot of details about security that it's not necessarily easy for you to explain, and that's okay. We do this every day, right? I've been here now 3 years, so it's getting to be old hat. I know how to do the easy conversation about it. But some of the main points that we want to talk through with your buyer is that Earnnest does not store that banking information. We do not see the login credentials. And we've heard that before, and that's okay. It's a valid point. As they're going through the process, they may ask that, and this flyer answers that question for you. So feel free to have this in a buyer's packet ready to go. You just give it to them so that when they're creating their payment, completing that in a matter of minutes, they can walk through with this confidence. We even give a comparison checks and wires there so they can see that if they've purchased a house before, they're probably familiar with that. But at the very bottom, we also talked about the encryption levels and what we do with their personal information. Okay, so feel free to take this guide and keep it close at hand. The next guide is right next door to that security guide, and it's this home buyer payment guide. So Blaine walked through how simple it was for you to create a request in Loop. Well, this will help your home buyer walk through their payment. So again, they're going to their email. They're looking for this email in their inbox. All they have to do to get started is click that green button, and they're jumping right into that payment request, okay? This guide will walk them through screen by screen all the way to the end when they authorize that payment. So feel free to pass this along so they can have the visual. They even have the breakdown of dialogue there. At the very bottom, please take note of this. At the very bottom, again, we connect our support team. So they're available to you Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Your buyer can talk to a real person. We love to say that out loud because in this day and age, you may be getting a robot first, right? You're going to talk to one of my coworkers, one of my team members, and they do this on a day-to-day basis, taking care of clients all across the United States. So the same level of care that you give to your buyers, we want to back you up, and our support team is there to do that for you. So please don't hesitate to just say, hey, look at the bottom of that flyer, give them a call. They're there to help you out, okay? But those two guides, again, on that marketing toolkit, download those and have them ready with your buyer's packet. And then if you're getting into that phone app and you need a quick refresher of how to walk through that as a backup, as an emergency, you can download this flyer and keep that close by. That'll walk you through a request if you need to in that form or fashion. But those are all on our website. And I will say, if you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to our team. We'd be glad to work with you to get you those resources. So feel free to even work through Haley and make sure that she knows you have some sort of question. We can get that taken care of, Haley, pass that along to you. So we're proud to partner with you, proud to give you a safe and secure option that really eases the process, really streamlines and keeps everyone safe along the way. Any other questions that we can help with? Definitely want to open that back up. No questions too small. So feel free to ask away.
Yeah, ask away, folks. And just to conclude and echo Aaron, as the one who kind of oversees operations here at Earnnest, I can say one of the things I appreciate about this company most is the number of positive feedbacks we get on a weekly and monthly basis about our customer success teams, which Aaron leads, and our support teams. No one is perfect, but our teams do an incredible job returning nearly 100% of same-day calls and emails, same-day response. So please do, as Aaron said, take advantage of that resource. We're very proud to have in-house resources like that. Questions? Well, as I joke with Tim, Haley, either we did a really good job or a really bad job, because there are no questions.
Has anyone used it yet? Maybe someone's jumped in and they just were getting the little refresher today. Okay, well, we're here to help if you are doing it for your first time. Let us know how we can assist you if you need it.
Haley, is there anything else you wanted us to cover today? I know we're a little bit ahead of time. Is there anything you want us to go through?
I think you guys did great. I think you covered everything that our agents are doing right now. So I don't see any questions in the chat and I don't see any hands raised. So I thank you both for being here and it's a great session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Haley. Appreciate you having us. Y'all have a good rest of your week. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
Take care.